for user interface madness. Nick Hunter is going to explode the user interface and user experience of the FileMaker platform. Do a deep dive on user interface and customer management, tabs, slide controls, accordion objects, master detail. Your tour guide, Nick Hunter, will guide you through everything you need to know to be an awesome FileMaker user interface developer. So buckle up, hang on tight, because things are about to get crazy.
Welcome. Whoa, my face is hiding down there. I must come up there. There we go. Everyone, welcome to day 6. Day 6 of some awesome FileMaker training. I'm here with Nick Hunter at FMTraining.tv. I am the creator of FMTraining.tv, where we do great online training every day. Plus, we have pre-recorded videos in our training curriculum. So this live training is free. We are broadcasting on high definition, 1040. Did I just say 1040? 720, 1040? 1080. 1040. I don't know what 1040 came from. High definition 1080. It's Monday, right? And YouTube, Twitch, and Discords, we welcome everyone. I'm sitting like 1040. What the hell's a 1040? That's my IRS taxes. Yeah, we started our tax season, right? So we're starting to put our taxes out, getting that all done. 1040. It was a 10 something. What is it? 1040. Anyway, so if you're interested in knowing more about the upcoming schedule, I want to warn you that Nick has got this week. It's all awesome. Lots of great content coming. And then it looks like a big chunk or most of next week. I still have to kind of finalize what that looks like, but he will be back and kind of wrapping next week. Like almost 3 weeks of insane mayhem. The upcoming broadcast schedule doesn't, normally this would be more informative. It's kind of limited right now. All it says is it's Nick. Nick, more Nick. Nick. You know, like a bunch of days of Nick. So it just tells you that is what the schedule is. Normally it would have some other interesting things in here. So you have that. Then also, if you want to help support the channel, you appreciate what Nick's doing, or if you need help with FileMaker, you need some development help, or you want coaching, etc., like that, then you want to, if you're interested in the coaching or getting the assistance, you can go to our website, fmcoaches.com, give you some information on getting some one-on-one coaching, getting some help. If you just want someone to build it for you, then kind of more of a developer, you just shoot us an email. The email's down there, of course. Just send us an email to support at RC Consulting, whatever your question is. If you have an off-topic question today, you want to talk about SSL certificates on your FileMaker server, some other random thing, definitely shoot us an email to support at rcconsulting.com. We're going to try to keep the topic on track. In the event that certain someone online tries to start tempting you with JSON or custom functions, just tell that person no. No, you're going to be listening to UI and UX with Nick today. Do not say yes to people trying to sell you drugs or JSON or custom functions. You got to watch out for those people. They're very shady. If you want to support the channel, also, you just want training, like specific training on specific topics, like relationships or scripting or script triggers, things like that. And you can run the video when you want, and it's actually much more animated than this, right? Then that's where you want to check out fmtrain.tv. You get to this website, and then you hit the bundles button, and then these are the bundles that you can get. Both of them are quite good. So, Nick Hunter, are you there?
I am here, and it's funny you talk about drugs because hopefully those sessions will end because this is highly addictive. And what I'm doing here, so I spent pretty much my weekend on working on this file and making even better. Because this week we are going to shift gear a little bit and go deeper in what we call the user experience more than user UI, more than the user interface. Okay. Even though we need both, right? But the user experience, this is something, it's the hardest part to get done right, okay? It's easy to learn how to position. Yes, hello? Yep.
Hang on, you're still going. I'm just trying to, there you go, so I can see you.
Yeah,
too.
it's okay, don't worry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So it's kind of easy to learn how to position a button, how not to put a button, and it's kind of easy. But the user experience, which means everything that the software is doing to get the user comfortable and to get the user on track and to keep the user interested in what he's doing. Okay, so it's very hard to get that kind of combination of things done. It's a recipe that is really easy to mess up completely. Okay, cool.
All right.
That is great that other people can see this.
Yeah.
Okay, so so as I was saying is now we are going to talk about the user experience. Okay, so user experience it's highly visual, by the way. Okay, and it started by showing people what's happening, and for example, when I go inside the search box, I need to identify that I'm there. Okay, so when I'm not in the search box, you go out. When you go outside the search box, it needs to go out. It should be go out. It's not doing it. Okay, so when it comes to I have a refresh issue here. It's okay. I'm going to fix that. But you understand what I mean. So you need to make sure that everything is, you have a visual return on what's happening. But also in the user interface, the user experience is also a comfort you give to your user, how comfortable your user will be using your stuff. So demonstration. When I add a contact, so far we saw that last week. Okay, so we saw that when you open there, then you can go and you can select and search things with this window, right? So of course I can use my mouse, okay, like here, okay, so I can go up and down like this, but also I can use the keyboard. So you saw that we can go down, up and down with arrows, okay, with the arrow up, arrow down, okay. So we saw that we can select and select something with space bar, okay. So so if I go up, okay, so I can select this, I can select this, I can select this, etc. Okay, so I can do this.
By the way, Jack the Ripper just pointed out, and it's a good. I noticed this, and I was wondering if anyone else would notice it. We got some really smart people here, and he goes, if you have a visual impairment, because right now when you look at your screen, that reverse, as you go up and down the keyboard, the reverse gray color is really light, like really light, Nick, and so it's kind of hard to see. And he goes, if you have a visual impairment, a lot of times that's how things look. You have to have a pretty You have to have, I hate to say this to Nick because I don't want to tell him how to do his job, but you have to have a higher degree of contrast on that reverse color. So I'm just pointing that out, Nick. It's a little bit on the hard side to see.
Yeah, I understand that, but unfortunately, this is maybe it's much more when you have a 4K display. Trust me, it's extremely gray. I mean, you see it a lot.
Okay.
I can do a screenshot here and send on Discord. You will see.
Yeah.
That it's very, 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 very gray. I mean, you can put what's the name? Green, but you can see it. Anyway, look.
Yep. No, that's fine. I'm just pointing that out. That's fine. Don't let it sidetrack you. Keep going.
Yeah. It's we need. Okay, I'm staying in on the guidelines of what the UI should be. So we can put more. We can put blue, dark blue. We can put you can do whatever you want. This is where your taste can play or not. Okay, and then you have people with known impairments will say, "What the heck is this? It's way too strong." Okay, so you have to. That's why Apple gives the possibility of people to just say, "Hey, you know what? Okay, I have a problem here, and so I need everything big. I can zoom. You have the speech. You have plenty of stuff. Okay. So anyway, so let's continue. So you can navigate up and down, and with the keyboard, but that's not enough. Okay. So what I want to do, I want to be able to go to the search box immediately and search for people. For example, I go there, tab, I am in the search box, and I'm searching for people. Okay, So here I have my people. So, and as you can see here, I have 3 people. Let's say I have 2 people selected, and I want to select the other 3. I want to select everybody here. Okay. So last week it has been asked me to do this, and I did it. Okay, but I did it in a way where it's not just a stupid selection of people. It's smart. Let me explain. Here I have 2 contacts selected. So if I select all of them, okay, it should show me 5 contacts selected. So I select all, and I have 5 contacts selected. Now here I'm going to I'm searching somebody else. I'm searching those people here. I have 5 people selected, and one of those 5 people that I already have selected, I have this guy here, Acevedo Malcolm. So now it should say, okay, I want to add on top of my 5 selected, this one included. I should add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So I should have 12 people total, because I have 5 selected. This one is already selected. This one is part of my 5 selected. Okay. So here I have 12 people. Correct? So the thing is smart enough to understand that the guy was already selected. Okay. So now where I'm going further, it's if I do this, here I have 5 people in this list, 5 people that are already selected but already added in my list. They are added already. That's why they're gray here. So when I select people, if I select all this list here, all those people that I'm showing here, it should select only one of those. Okay.
It should be 13, right? If you do just the
13.
One. Yep.
Here we go. Right.
Wait. How are you doing the all? Or how are you doing the all? You have a keyboard trigger for that?
Yes, I have. Okay, I'm going here. I'm going there.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I thought listen. I do more than one thing. I thought I missed it. I thought I missed.
It's 1:18. I need something to stay until 2 p.m.
Okay. Well, no one knows about the trigger until like 2 o'clock.
Okay. So you guys said, okay, this is very simple to do. Oh, really? That's what you think? Unfortunately, it's not. Okay. So that's what I thought. I thought it was, because now I can say, okay, show me the selected only. Okay, so I have the selected only this. Okay, I have those people, but now, for example, if I go there and I say Acevedo, okay, and I want to unselect those people, I need to unselect those people because I can, if I want, I can clear those people, clear selection. So now, oh yeah, but the clear selection is, okay, I activated the wrong one. Okay, never mind. I go there, then I go to stem, ask all, and then I go to reach. Sorry for that. And I said all. Okay, well, I have my 13. And if I go back to Acevedo, and I want to unselect those people, now I have my 8 contacts. So it was 13 minus those 5. So I keep on track. And as you saw, I can do this and this and this and this, see, with a shortcut. Okay, I have a shortcut for that, or I have a button here. Okay, so now I can say, okay, I have my 13 people, and I want to add them. So what do? You strike garage return and you add them. Okay, this is what you do. So you add contacts, you select people, you select them all, you're happy with those people, return. This is comfortable. No mouse, nothing. This is very comfortable. Okay, so the question was here, everything okay, everything good. And you have buttons here. See, I have all the buttons here. I have plenty of buttons and stuff like that. That's great. That's great. But I have a question for you, and that is very important. I have a question for you. Why you guys want desperately to to go back to that kind of interface. I want to ask you, why do you want to go there? Why do you want to go back there? Because pretty much it's exactly what you want to do. You have plenty of buttons on the screen. Replace, append, cancel, help, menu, view, edit, copy, move. Everything is on the screen. You know, you have everything on the screen, and you have plenty of buttons, plenty of commands. Why you want to go back there? Because a computer today is part of many things. First of all, what is a computer? It's a box. So since the beginning of time, this is what a computer is. First you have a box, then you have a keyboard connected to it since the beginning of time, and then you have a magic instrument called mouse. So this is what the hardware is made of. Okay, and then you have so that was since the beginning of time. The mouse not, but the keyboard was there. And then you have a guy in 1984 that came with a crazy idea. You know, a crazy idea. Let me see this and this. And he came with this. And that was a crazy idea. This one too small.
Well, you could just hit Command plus on it. Hit Command plus.
Okay, yeah, it's okay. So a guy came with this, right? A guy came with this as an idea, and he came with this. Okay, he came with this interface, and he added something magical called the menus. Okay, so you guys in the FileMaker community, and this is not your fault. This is because FileMaker doesn't treat that seriously. Okay, I mean Clarice, and I'm telling you, this is a message I'm sending to Clarice. You need to address that. It's time. It is time to address that issue. Okay, the menus. It's not using menus. It's the same as not using a mouse, or it's the same not using a keyboard, or not using a screen. It's the same, because you are amputating yourself from a major building block of what a computer is made of. Yeah, I know. I try to make you understand that not using menus, it's like not using mouse. It's part of the computer system, right? So yes, it is time now that you explore the dark side of the force a little bit, because this is what will avoid you to have billions of buttons all over the place, because I'm sorry, are you when you go to find mode, are you clicking on the find button? When you delete a record, are you clicking on delete record? No, you don't. You say Command E or Control E, whatever, Option E, to delete. Command N for new. Command F for find. And don't tell me that you don't do it, because I don't believe you. Okay, I don't. Okay, so you want to not using that in your development. In your development, there's no, or what you do, you say, okay, my development cannot get out of what FileMaker gives me. That means you said, okay, this is my world. I cannot deal without this. This is where I want to keep this the way it is, and my world cannot go out of this. Okay, so I'm showing you where you can go with the menu. I want to show you where you can go. First of all, I have the selection menu here. That is a very, very, I say, okay, I have 1001 record. I show 1001 record. If I say I want to show those people, the menu will say I have 5. So the menu, you can have a smart menu here. Say, okay, the menu can tell you what you're doing, right? Okay. So let's say I want to, let's create a brand new, a brand new account here, and I want those people here. So I want to, okay, and so I want to add those people. Select found contact 5. Okay, and the shortcut is Option Command A. Option Command A. Now that I select everybody, this become unselect found contacts. So I have the same that says select. Okay, so you have a menu that is smart. It's a smart menu. It's not a stupid thing, and it's what's the name? And it's cool because I don't interfere. So you say, Nick, what did you say? What did you say? Command A, Option Command A, not Command A. Oh, because I need the Command A here, because Command A need to be available for this. Command A, select all of this. This I cannot remove that because it select all text. This text, I cannot hijack for something else.
Okay, stop. You could hijack it, but it would cause confusion. It would cause confusion.
A lot of confusion.
Right. So
right.
I just want to clarify, everyone. He could hijack Command A.
Yeah.
You could do it. It's technically possible. FileMaker will let you do it. But Nick is not saying you can't. He's just saying you probably shouldn't. Right?
No, you shouldn't. But I said, as I said, I cannot do it because it's used for this.
Yep.
Otherwise, this doesn't exist anymore, and I cannot select my text doing Command A, which is Command A. It's not something you can reuse. Say, oh, I use Command A to flush the toilet. No, because in the education of people are educated that Command A or Option A or whatever, or Alt A, it's doing something they expect. Okay, so now I have I have this here. Okay, so it's not done. Now I have a clear selection, and I have show selected only, right? So here I have a menu doing a lot of things, and I did on purpose. Why those buttons? Why I need those buttons? Why I need those buttons?
Because some people hate doing keyboard shortcuts like that.
Okay, so that means that in that case they had computer. They don't use computer because here I don't have. No, I mean I don't have button. Okay, I want to delete something. I don't have. Where the button? Delete. Where the button delete? Where the button Command A? Where is the button select all? Please, I want show me a button select all. I want you to show me a button select all here. Where's the button select all, please?
Okay, so then you're saying that you should remove them off the other screen then?
No, I mean, I say if you don't like Command A, if you don't like Command N, if you don't like Command P, if you don't use computer. It's not, it's better you go do something else.
Well, I could dig ditches for a living. I did that when I was 16. Dig a ditches in the ground.
Yeah. I mean, it's like okay. A customer of mine one day said, okay, I don't know what you mean by what when you select something. I don't know what that means. I don't know what this green stinky here means. I don't understand. I say, okay, you know what, we have a big problem here. Because that means it's okay. I understand.
Hey, this isn't Scott Kane, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay, because I could hear the conversation. What Nick would say to the customer, God, I hope you didn't say this because I'm your boss, but I could hear Nick saying, oh, you're too stupid. I cannot work for you. You're too stupid. Did you say that to them?
No, I never say, no, we have a problem. Okay, look, if you don't like commands, you don't like FileMaker. Because here, even if I show that, I don't have all of those. Okay, I want the button import. Where's the button? Import. Okay, I cannot import. Where's the print button? I don't have a print button. I cannot print because I don't want something where I don't have the button on the screen. You see what I mean? It doesn't, what you say doesn't exist. So it's not because your solution, it's not because you don't know how to use menu. To be blunt, it's not because you don't know how to use menu that means you cannot use them. The best way is to learn how to use menu. And if you want that, you know what to do. Because when you start using menus, it's done. It will become your kryptonite. It will become something you will never get out of there. Because it's so cool when you use menus. Because as I said at the introduction, imagine a computer where there's no menus.
You're talking about custom menus? Is that what you're saying? So Buzz...
No menus. Imagine a computer, there's no menus.
Okay, stop. You're talking, slow down. All right, so you're talking... Are you talking... what should people buzz for? If they buzz, what should they buzz for? They want
to learn how to use menus, how to create menus in FileMaker, how to go there.
The custom menus, yes. Because Simon asked a question, and it's not a 2-second question. If Kyle wants to try to answer it with JSON and custom functions, he could try. But UK Simon says, if you create a keyboard shortcuts in the menu, there's no need to watch for keystroke triggers. And I would say maybe. It depends on the situation, right? I think it's a big...
what a keystroke trigger?
Like if you hijack like Command F for find or Control F for find, right? Yeah. Then you wouldn't have to have a layout-wide keystroke trigger on.
No, this is different. Okay, so that's something we can address. This is totally different.
Yeah, we don't want to address it right now, do we?
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, okay. Yeah. You mean this, for example, going to B, going to C. No, this is something. You cannot use that as a shortcut in the menu. It will be too slow. Okay. Shortcut in the menu is something.
No, Agent Chevy. No, there are no custom menus in WebDirect.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So the part where Nick says custom WebDirect is so wonderful, just go up there and chalk one up on the scoreboard for Richard. Okay.
Yeah. No. I want to ask you: is there a custom menu when you go to Apple.com? Your Safari menus are changing? Question.
I don't know. You talking to me?
So what I mean, when you go, I go here. I go here. Okay. Yeah. And as to Apple.com.
Yeah, the menus do not change.
Okay, so does that mean FileMaker is a bad product or Apple.com is a bad product? No, that means any website in the known universe, any website in the known universe can't change the menu here. That's it. Period. So it's not a problem of FileMaker. It's a problem that a website cannot change the menu of the browser. That's it. Okay. So we are talking about computer here. Okay. So I mean, I'm talking about FileMaker application. Okay. Go. That's another problem. There's no menus on Go. Okay. So there's other ways to address the problem. But here, what's the name? In the farm, when you build something to run on the FileMaker environment, the FileMaker client environment, you need the menu. If you don't go there, it's not going to work. It's going to work, but you have, like I said at the beginning, you will have the 1972 kind of interface, and that's it. That's what you have. You have this. You go back to that great days of DOS, and where there's no menu. Okay, so this is what you do. So that's what I want to explain you. It's logical. It makes sense. I mean, I don't understand why this is so difficult, because it makes sense. It makes sense. If you don't use the menu, you remove yourself a fundamental building blocks of the building. It's like, oh, you know what? I don't have windows in my house. That's it. Oh yes, you have windows, but you don't have doors. It's the same thing. You remove a piece. We're not talking about, oh yeah, I don't have curtains in my house. There's a difference between saying I don't have curtains and I don't have a door. you know, here, those here, the menus here, the menus are a fundamental component of the usability of a computer, as a mouse, a monitor, mouse, keyboard. It's same. It's that's basic. Okay. Now, if you have a blue button or a gray button, doesn't make a difference. Okay. So that's why I want to explain that. So now, and you have plenty of cool things like sort by. Oh, I want to sort by name. I want to sort by type. I want to sort by department. I want to sort. I have all of this here, and see, it's super smart. The menu. I'm sorry, but sorted by primary city. Yeah, I know. So name now. So sorted by name, and if I unsort, it says, oh, okay, it's unsorted. See how far you can go with the menus, and it's smart. It goes away. It become, and there's another thing also you can tell. Imagine you open or what's the name, an application like Pixelmator. It's an application I use, and so what do when you do something here in this app, you go. Imagine you don't have menus. First of all, imagine you don't have, but by exploring the menus here, you learn what the product's doing. You learn what you can do with the product. First thing you do when you open an unknown application, you go to the menu and you check and you browse the menu, and you look for things, because this is pretty much doing an open house. When you go open house, you visit a house for the first time. You go open a house and you look this and you look this. You open the drawer in the kitchen, and that's what you do here. The menu is the best way to give them the users kind of for the first visit of the house. Okay, very important. So, any question for now?
Yeah, negative.
Okay. So yeah, it's a problem. It's a Claris problem. It's not me, you. It's nobody problem. It's a Claris problem. They never wanted to go there and revisit this. So I'm going to explain. Look, it's not complicated at all. It's just you need to take the sense of how it works, because as I don't know if you remember when I was explaining to you the valueless stuff. You need to go first where you go. It's reversed. When you use this stuff here, it's reversed. It's upside down. Okay, custom menu is the same. The same illogic logic. So and that's what makes the thing different. So now let's go further a little bit, and you need to understand the user experience. Okay. And also, I understand the problem. To close the chapter of the menu, I understand that it makes you uncomfortable, but I am sorry for you. I'm sorry, but you need to hear it. It's not because you don't want to hear it, that it shouldn't be said. I tell you, the menu is fundamental. If you don't go there, forget about having a great user experience. It's over. Okay, it's over. So now, when we talk about user experience, something you need to know about user experience. Anything you do on the user experience kind of thing, you have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Let me explain. Even though, let's take very, very basic FileMaker a very basic FileMaker functionality. Find. Let's find something. I click on find. This is the beginning. Okay. I type something. This is the middle. Or I add a new request. Okay. Now the middle. And then I have the end, perform fine. So that's a beginning, click fine. the middle, I enter my stuff, and the end when I execute. Okay? Beginning, middle, end. Everything you do is based on this. Everything. Any user experience is like this. A bad user experience, a good user experience is based on this. Another demonstration. File, I go to database. I do my stuff, right? And then that's the middle. I open at beginning with opening. I do my stuff middle, and then end. Bam. When you don't have a UI, when you don't have a support, remember what I told you last week. This is very important. Last week I told you about you need a support to lay down your UI to create your user experience. Okay. If you don't have a support, thus you don't have a UI. What do? You don't. What the problem? You don't have any possibility of beginning, middle, and end. That's why you need plenty of triggers and plenty of refresh buttons and plenty of stuff like that, because you don't have a beginning, middle, end. What you have one step. It's click. That's it. It's done. You have done. You don't have beginning, middle, end. You have end. That's what you have. You have end. So you need to use all those problems with triggers and plenty of stuff, because you don't have any ways to clearly establish a beginning, a middle, and end. Okay. And if other designer, I know that I get noticed by designers, people, because they contact me on LinkedIn based on this broadcast. Okay. And some say, hey, what you said is very interesting. I want to connect with you, blah, blah, blah. Designers, okay? Nothing to do with FileMaker. So if they listen to me, they will understand what I'm saying here. That means beginning, middle, end, you need to give to your user as much as possible of them. Okay. That's why the event of CalStar window was a huge improvement in the FileMaker community. Okay, huge. CalStar window worth at least as much as multi-table file with FileMaker 7.0. Okay, at least it's that huge. What the multi-table was for the data side of FileMaker, CalStar window is as important on the design side of FileMaker. So when you open this, as you saw here, you have a new button here. So because let's say I try to find my guy and it's not there. Oh shit. Okay. I don't have the guy I'm looking for is not there. So what I'm doing here. So I have a brand new, fabulous, nice looking blue create button, or I have a new fabulous custom menu, say, okay, create new contact, Command N. So I want to use the Command N because I'm here and I want to create a contact. So you have the economical way, and again, Richard, it's not a criticism. It's just how it was before.
I'm just telling you, Nick, right now, kiss it.
Okay. Okay. Before, I was here and I want to add, I want to add a contact that is not there, and the contact doesn't exist. I click new. I am in accounts. I click new. I goes to contacts. And he create a new contact. And then now I need to enter in new contact. Okay? Okay. So, and normally it should have been there, right? That's what he was doing. Did he added it here? Yeah, he added here. So you see the problem. You add a new contact, it's added it, to the account is added. Okay. So it's doing plenty of stuff for me that I'm not aware of. Okay, I wasn't aware that the account was created. Okay, because I left account. I left this. I'm done with account. Okay, so let's see how when you add a user experience on top of this. And why is doing this, by the way? Why is doing this? It's doing this because I don't have a UI. I don't have a support. I don't have a beginning, middle, and end. I was in account, in the support account, in the UI account, and the clicking on new brought me to contact in the UI contact. And I lost completely what I was doing in accounts. Okay. So let's say, so I want to add, I don't find the guy I want, and I want to create one. So now I have my UI here. I have a UI to create new contacts, and only to create new contacts. But I didn't leave account. I'm still in account. I can see this. I didn't leave my account. So let's say I made a mistake. Oh, sorry. I made a mistake. It's not what I want to do. No problem. Are you sure you want? Because I create one. So are you sure you want to leave this, right? Okay, yeah, I want to leave. So now, let's say I want to continue here. So first of all, as you can see, creating a new contact. Okay, he created a new contact for me that he called new contact, by the way, and which is doing also on the previous one. But I am ready to start right away. I'm ready to start. The first name is selected, ready to start. Nick, Nick, enter. Okay. And I am in the clone army, and I'm the officer, and hot prospects, and the phone number 209.
All right, we do have a question when you're ready to get freed up here.
Yeah, I need to finish this. So
okay.
Now, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for this. So you see, I didn't touch my mouse at all. Let's say now I want a new guy, Command N, ready to go, Richard Carlton, okay? And you say, oops, I need to go back to here. It's option tab, I forgot. Okay, so option tab. Yeah, why option tab is not doing it? Okay. Is option tab or shift tab? Oh, shift tab. Okay. Okay, so Carl done. Okay. And it's president. Do I have president here? No, I don't have. Okay, accounting and president and hot prospect, and is 4.8 blah 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 blah. Okay. Okay, now I want to duplicate this because I have a kind of a similar kind of a contact that I want to create. I duplicate this guy because here I have create, duplicate, delete. I have all my FileMaker with the same shortcuts and stuff like that, and it's done. Okay, and let's say manager. Okay, so, and the same phone number. So see, now I have 3 guys created. 3 guys created, okay? And so no problem here, you see. And now I want to validate. So, the mouse is not too much involved here. I have all of this, so I don't need a duplicate button. I don't need a delete button. I don't need a delete all button. I don't need all of those buttons. Okay, on my screen, I have one which is new because I want to tell the people a story. I want to make sure they understand they can create a new contact from here. So you can create a new one if you want, or you can delete a new one if this contact. So you create your workflow, okay, and now. Do you think I'm done here, right? So do you think I'm done here? No, I am not done, because now I have two things I can do. I can cancel this, and I will cancel. Okay? I'm going to cancel. What do you think this will happen? First of all, I'm warning you. I say, okay, hey, you know what? By the way, I'm going to delete those free contacts you just created because I cancel. I am canceling. So you said you want to create new contacts.
Sorry, I'm over
right?
here drinking. Disregard.
You want to create new contacts, and you cancel. So that means you don't want those contacts. So, and look at this. Look at this. Okay. So I don't know if you noticed, but let's continue. I continue. Oh, by the way, let me tell you something here. A little parenthesis. Thanks to Microsoft, we now know how to formulate a warning dialogue without getting everybody confused. Thanks, Microsoft. Because I say cancel, I want to cancel the action of create new contact. This is what I'm going to cancel. Okay. And my warning here, it's cannot be, are you sure you want to cancel? Why? Because I can cancel the warning. So Microsoft was doing that all the time. You click cancel, right? And then they said, are you sure you want to cancel the creation of free contacts? And then you have the cancel button. And the cancel button was the button you needed to click in order to accept the cancellation of canceling. It was a nightmare. That was a 1980, 1990 Microsoft nightmare. Okay. Never ever confuse people. Make sure that the wording you say is just informing people what the action is going to do. Okay. The action, that means here it's about deleting the free contacts. It's not about canceling. You already click the cancel button. That event is over. Okay. Now, it said, are you sure you want to delete free contact you just created? And you cannot undo that. I mean, it's done forever. And let's say I say yes. I say, okay. I'm going back here like nothing happened. Like nothing happened. Okay? Because I cancel. So let's make this now. I want to create new contact. Nick, Hunter, and and again and again and again, and 209 and okay. And I want to create a new one, a Richard Carlton, and the same here, accounting, president, and prospect, and blah 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 blah. Okay. So now I have two new contacts. Okay. So you remember before. I didn't change anything. I just landed exactly where I was. Okay. So let's say now I want to validate the two contacts. Okay. Here what happened. This new contacts. This is it. This is a new contact you created. Okay. I'm showing you the two new contacts you just created. So why I'm doing this? Okay, because I want to know what I just did. I just did this, and automatically those new contacts are selected, meaning I can just click, type my coverage return, and boom, my two So create new contact, create my contact. I validate the selection, and boom, it's done. So now look this. Let's say I add contact here, and I want to select those people here. I'm selecting those people. And now I say, oh, okay, I need a guy that is not there. I want to create it. I need to create a guy, or I don't know, Joe, not Joe, but whatever, what name? Okay, Jacob. Okay, Taylor. Okay, and is the customer relation? Oh no, it's the Jedi Council, and it's a president of the Jedi Council. Okay, and I just create Jacob Taylor, and I want to create a new guy. Christian. Okay, Olson, and asset management officer, whatever. It's just, well, we just put this to make sure that we have something. Okay. So now, remember, I had 5 contacts selected before, and now I'm adding 2 contacts. I create 2 new contacts, and I validate those 2 new contacts. Here what happened. Here what happened. It shows me my 2 new contacts that I created, and it informs me, oh, by the way, you had those one created, selected before, right? I keep my customer, my user, informed about what happened. And all this goodness can happen for only one unique reason. I have the support to have the user interface where I can rely to create my user experience. If I didn't have this car style window, none of this could happen. None of this could have happened if I just rely on the FileMaker. Remember what I was telling you about FileMaker? FileMaker is giving you this. Is I rely on this. Only the thing I had at my disposal is this UI, which is no UI at all, which is this UI where I need to create somebody like this, and if somebody is not existing, I have to go to the account, to the contacts, and create manually. Okay, all of this exists because what's the name? I have the UI. I build the UI for that. Otherwise, you cannot do anything on this. Okay, so I don't know if you have a question. If you don't have a question.
Okay, I don't like custom menus. I ain't gonna use them, and I'm not. And just to be clear, it's not because I'm cranky. I am cranky, but when people build a tool that sucks so badly, one part of it sucks so bad that you come in and say you got to use it, I'm really conflicted, right? I really am conflicted. Okay, because I like you, Nick.
Look, I'm with you on this. That's why people are capitulating too easily. I would say we should be legions sending emails to Clary saying, okay, what the hell are you doing with the menus? The problem is people say, oh, okay, we don't use them. Oh, yeah, we don't use them.
That is correct. That is correct.
We should be legion like
Okay.
me.
Yeah.
And I said it on purpose.
Okay.
I said, Clarice, you have a problem.
And when you make things suck enough, people go somewhere else. Now, this is a very interesting conversation today. I'm not sure how much of it will clean up because, frankly, it's a pretty honest conversation, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's very honest, right? I mean, what are you going to say? But I tell you honestly, Clarice will say, Richard, how many more millions of dollars will we have if we build this feature? And the answer is, you will have fewer people leave the platform. How about that?
Yeah.
How that being the answer? Because what will happen is that they've already trained everyone in the planet who is here. If you're here, you already know this sucks. If you don't know it sucks, you haven't been around very long. And when you find something that sucks, it's like if my cat takes a giant dump on the floor, I will clean it up as soon as I find something to clean up, but I'm initially going to walk around it. And so this is a cat dump we've been walking around for 20 plus years, okay? And I've been trained for 20 years to walk around it and pretend it doesn't exist, okay?
Yeah.
So
but now if we were more and more showing how cool they are, for example, here, when you create a new contacts, here you have this now is available. But when you cancel this, okay, now this is not available. When I create a new contact, I go to this new contact window here. But now if I say create new contact, I just create a new contact here.
Listen, what you did is beautiful, Nick. But for you to show people how to make the custom menus work is a hideous thing. Someone asked the question, about, and Kyle brought it up, but someone else asked a question up above. I don't really care. Someone said, well, instead of using their menus, which are really hard, why don't we roll our own menus across the top, right? And so like Christian's virtual menu or some sort of, instead of having a menu here, why not rolling the interface down a little bit and starting our own menus across here, right?
So that's what Christian is doing, which is good. The problem is, I'm not sure which one is easier to implement.
Okay. Christian's is a little complicated. Let's just be real about that, okay? Christian is a little complicated. He's not here, so I talk behind his back. It's a little complicated, okay? That being said, it has some pretty neat things, but it's not like, I mean, remember, we're doing training here for people. Some people here are not rocket scientists, right? Yeah. So
but because here, you see, you can create as many things down as you need. It's look. It's a very powerful tool, and FileMaker has a terrible UI for it. That's it.
And so the problem is I'm Richard. I'm the guy putting Nick out as the brilliant person, and Nick has just simply said that we've got to use something that sucks bad, and I'm having an allergic reaction to that. I'm sorry. So Kyle agrees with you. Kyle, can you articulate what you're agreeing with? You have one sentence, and you only get one chance. No one else do this. I want Kyle to write in one sentence what he's agreeing you. What is Nick's position? I want that's a test. Canberra and Agent Chevy, put your keyboards down. I'm watching you type. Knock it off. Quit typing. Kyle only. I want Kyle to articulate what he says. He agree with Nick. I want to see what you're agreeing with, because the problem is it's a very unsavory situation. Your cat took a dump, and maybe you even stepped on it and you slid, and now you're stuck in it. It's all over you. You're all over the tile floor. You made a mess. Now you got to go clean up, take a shower, find out the cat. Is the cat okay? It's a mess, right? So this is not a trivial conversation. It's not. And so we're not arguing. Mom and Dad are not arguing here, but it's Nick woke up. He ate his Wheaties, as we say in America. He's all pumped up. He's got fully caffeinated, and he decided he was going to go tilt windmills today, right? Don Quixote is tilting windmills today. Dealing with custom menus and FileMaker is like tilting windmills, literally. Okay, so there you go. Nick says, Kyle says Nick's position is I use custom menus to create developer menus and disable or create new or delete buttons, or to disable some dangerous record menu options such as delete all. Okay, I get that.
Try for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Try to use your computer, all the Safari, with no shortcuts.
Yeah.
And no menus.
Yeah, you're screwed. You can't do that. You need something. But we have been trained for 20 years to live in FileMaker without that.
Exactly. But it doesn't mean, okay, look, this is something, you know what? This is exactly the same situation of people say, okay, oh, I want a kid. Okay, I want a baby. Okay, yeah, but I don't want the baby to cry. Yeah, no, you need a toy in that case where you switch on and off. Because the baby is not, you're not going to put on and off. There's no batteries.
Okay, but if you explain to people that using FileMaker is like having a baby, the platform's done tomorrow. Okay, that's a lot of work. I got 3 of them. It's a lot of work. And when you think they've left, they don't leave, and they're still here. Right?
I think look, Richard.
Yes.
Unfortunately, when I joined FileMaker in 2010. The first thing I had to do is to deal with the custom menu, because they changed them in FileMaker 12. Okay. And they asked me, they say, Nick, you need to learn how the custom menu works, because we are going to destroy them and break them completely with FileMaker 12. I said, okay, wow, that's great. That was one of my first tasks when I went there, is to learn how everything about the custom menu, because they are going to break them completely apart, and they asked me to make sure that they didn't break anything else when they put back all the pieces. Okay, so I had to learn how they work, and I think if we do 2 or 3 days of custom menu, how it works, I think you will see them differently. And I think you won't make it a big deal as it is now.
Okay.
Because plenty of people will say, "Oh, okay, I got it."
Well, then you're going to
know.
provide. It's not one day; it's multiple days of therapy. Therapy. We're going to need
In theory, yeah, but,
custom.
look,
You have to put on your doctor outfit, and we're going to do therapy for people.
look, shouldn't we have our FileMaker solution that works super fast without using pesos and all this? Yes, we should. Should we have the sorting that do billion of records instantly? We should. It's unfortunately the things we need to deal with, and the custom menu. I knew I should have bet. That talking about custom menu, I will have this kind of reaction, because I know custom menu sucks. I know I'm the first. And we all should. And I said that publicly on the public forum today on the YouTube channel in a video that many thousands of people will watch. Okay, say, okay, call FileMaker, tell them you want custom menus. Period. That's it. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
More and more people will complain about this. Seriously, more they will listen.
Yep. Peter Greens has put a comment. It's okay for IT-minded persons, but administrative employees, secretaries, etc., in my experience, find a hard time learning shortcuts by heart. Yeah, I mean, listen. I think menus are great. I agree. I literally agree with everything that Nick has said here. It's just there's literally this function called momentum or inertia, and a body that's been in motion doing something for a long time tends to want to really stay there. And so when you've been trained that it sucks endlessly for 20 years, it's hard for Nick to come in here and say, hey, trust me. And I do trust you, Nick, but trust me, the fact that for the last 20 years you've had it wrong, you can learn it. And I'm like, not so much. So I'm kind of conflicted, but what we will do is we will schedule a custom menu beat down or therapy session probably at the end of this, Nick. And you want to glue it on the end of our UI training? Because it seems like kind of a topic that is interesting, unless you want to save it for another day.
But the problem is that, people are here. I see two things, and then we can go. Two conflicting kind of thing. Like I said, when I ask the question, can you use a computer without menu? You say no. And then you have people saying, oh, yeah, they're very confusing. Okay, so I don't understand. So you cannot use a computer without them, but for one unknown reason, voodoo reason, in FileMaker, they're confusing. So I'm not saying using the FileMaker, I'm not saying using the FileMaker one. I'm saying completely wiping the FileMaker one and create your own from scratch. It's not that difficult, okay? And instead of saying records, here is to say accounts. New account, duplicate account, delete account, right? Like exactly like I did here. Here is all about contacts. That's about selection, my contacts here, and and you copy paste and everything there. Stay the way it is. And learning, Command N. Command E, those are Command N and it's you see, it's proven that having 200,000 buttons on the layouts, it's much more confusing than having maybe one day maybe for the demonstration, the therapy, I will do that. I will create the layouts. I will create a FileMaker layout, right? With all the menus in buttons, in the layouts. That's what I'm going to do. All the menus, everything that's here, I will create a button for it. Okay, in a layout. And then we say, oh, tell me which one is confusing.
Yeah. All right. So there were a couple questions. Michael Gravel asked a question. There were some questions about custom menus and stuff, but I mean, we're already way past time on this. And so what we'll do is we're going to do custom menus webinar, live stream, whatever you want to call this. And it'll be multi-day, and then you guys can ask all the obscure questions about that. That's fine. But yeah, then Simon asked a question.
UK lad, I'm going to talk about this. It was on my plate. The question, it says, show us how to separate, how I'm doing the separation of, when I'm here, and let's say I have those people selected, I go here, I create new contacts, I validate, and then I have those. I transfer.
I mean, the sex appeal on this is really high. I mean, this looks like a supermodel walking down the runway. This is amazing. So yeah, so you're going to cover this tomorrow, Nick? Is that we're going to pick this up?
Yes, this is what's on my plate, by the way. That's a very, and by the way, something smart enough to do something like this. If you go there, right, and I look those people, you know, I go here, I create this, I cancel, and I come back exactly where I was, and I didn't do a search again. You know what I mean? I didn't research again after that. I'm going to show that tomorrow. But I said the thing on the beginning. I said, I'm sorry I have to bring it up, but the menu sucks. But unfortunately, you know, there's no great UI without them.
Yeah.
I know it sucks to go, but what can we do?
Yeah.
We deal with it, or we just call Clarice and say, okay, by the way, Nick Hunter said to call you and to complain about you.
All right, cool. Well, today was a kind of a slightly derailed day, but Nick is obviously showing us amazing stuff. I had a number of people asking, like, hey, a lot of people are asking for the sample file. So the sample file is comes out on Friday. So if you can make Friday, the live stream people, the benefit of being here, you get it live on Friday. When this sleigh ride is finally done next week, we will kick out the final sample file, Nick, and then we'll send it to everyone so they can have that. So yeah, so I'm sitting here watching this, and I'm watching Nick go off, and I'm like going, you know, like pick a topic that, you know, like not controversial, Nick. You need like tomorrow's topic are, do you like puppies and are they fun to play with? All right, cool. All right, thanks everyone. Appreciate it. Nick, hey, Nick, good job. Good job. If you can fight off Richard, then you've earned your spot at the table. Okay?
Okay.
Guys just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected the quarterback. Great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Trying to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap. Stands in, throws it left for Amendola. Reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10. Rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.